the drill. And we stand there and they tell us what to do, and then the captain comes on. And he says, quote, "In case of a real emergency, go back to your cabin, put on your life vest, first put on a heavy coat, put on good shoes, collect your medications, and report to your lifeboat station." I got hysterical. Take a look around this room. Can you imagine if every one of us took our medications? There would be no damn room in the lifeboat for any of us. None of us. I thought of that last night when Marty got up with the drill, and I said, "Are your feet wet?" He said, "No." I said, "Come back to bed." And of course, thanks to our captain and the wonderful crew, there were no problems at all. Now, a lot of you know Marty. Oh, pardon me, poor Marty. Those of you who have done it, and you all don't realize that Marty starts the problems. He really does. From the day we got married, it was our wedding night. I was shy. I asked him, "Could you turn out the lights?" How hard would it have been to close the car door? That started it. I should have known then and there. A lot of you know we celebrated on the World Cruise this year, my 80th birthday. Yeah, made it. And we had 6 children, so we never bought gifts for each other. But I got fed up. I said, "You know something, honey? I'm going to be 80 years old. And I want a silver something in the driveway that goes from 0 to 200 in 60 seconds. He brought me a scale. But he put it in the driveway. So you can't ask. But wait, he started it. I'll give you, for instance, I went to do the laundry. That's a lie. I don't do laundry now. Originally, before I was 2-star. Back then, because I have a good memory for that, I went to the laundry and I had a Ziploc bag. He said, "What's in the bag?" I said, "It's powder. It's Tide." And he said, "Why don't you try washing with Slim Fast, and maybe it'll take some weight off your body." Right? I don't get mad. He goes in the underwear drawer, takes out underwear, he's putting it on and is shaking it. He said, "What did you put in my underwear, talcum powder?" I said, "No, sweetie, it's Miracle Grow." Got to get even, there's no question about it. But I'll tell you some things though. I got mad at him. We had a fight. He said, "When you die, I'm going to put on your headstone, 'Here lies Barbara, cold as ever.'" All right. I said, "You're so silly. Women outlive men. And I'm going to put on your tombstone, 'Here lies Marty, stiff at last.'" I'm a little worried. The kids laughing. And she shouldn't be disappointed. Well, things have gone on in our marriage, but we've made it. We really have. I've said some things Marty went, and we're both 80s now, 81. And he went to the doctor for physical before we got on the show. And he said, Doc, could I have like some Viagra? And that's what the doctor did. And doctor wouldn't give it to him. He says it's kind of like putting a new flagpole on a condemned building. Which, really, it is kind of silly because Marty only needs half of a Viagra. Just enough he won't pee on his shoes. All right, I'm not going to pick on him, but you remember, he started it. I don't want to hear one poor Marty. Get away from this. I'm going to tell you a favorite teacher joke that I have. One of my favorites. Teacher says to her class, I'm going to ask 3 questions. It's Friday. Whoever answers the questions right, go home. I'll see you Monday, no homework. Okay, the first question is, who said 87 years ago? Johnny raises his hand. Annie is raising her. He calls on Annie. Annie says, oh, that was our president, Abraham Lincoln. Very good, Annie. I'll see you Monday. Second question, who said, I have a dream? Johnny raises his hand, calls on Debbie. Debbie says, oh, that was our Reverend Martin Luther King. Very good, Debbie. See you Monday. Third and last question. Who said, ask not what your country can do for you? Johnny is up, waving his hands, calls on Patty. Patty says, that was our president, John Fitzgerald Kennedy. Very good, Patty. I'll see you Monday. With this, she turns around, says, take out your books, turns around, starts to write on the board. Johnny says, if those 3 bitches hadn't opened their mouth. Teacher turns around, she said, who said that? He says, Clinton, I'll see you Monday. I love jokes. I love clever jokes. An old joke, which was always my favorite, came out after the Second World War. I was a mere child at the time. Yeah. And it was about an American soldier who had been wounded and was on a train through England. And he's walking and he can't find a seat. He's looking in every compartment and there's no seat for him and he's limping down. And he just tired and he opens a compartment door and there's a woman sitting there. 2 gentlemen in the seat here. She's sitting here. And her adorable little dog is sitting on the next seat. And he says, ma'am, I'm tired. Could you hold the dog, put him on the floor? And she says, you Americans are so arrogant. I was here first. I paid for this seat. You go on your way. So he leaves, goes up and down, comes back on the train. There's not a seat. Opens the door, he says, ma'am, there's not a seat, not one seat on this train. Could you please, she says, get out of here with this. Opens the door, picks up the dog, throws the dog out the window. She's horrified. She said, sputtering, she said, how could you do that? I'll have you arrested. She looks at the 2 Englishmen sitting there and she said, do something. Do something with him. And one Englishman looks and says, you know, you Yanks do everything wrong. You drive on the wrong side of the street. You eat with the fork in the wrong hand. and you threw the wrong bitch out the window. By the way, there's something I have to tell the women. Very important. You guys don't have to listen. We were going on the world cruise this year. And I said to Marty, honey, would you like to renew our vows? Oh my God, he got so excited. I haven't seen him that happy, even after our wedding night. He was so happy, he was so excited. I said, honey, he thought they expired. I also found out, by the way, why single women are thinner than married women. Because, thank you for asking. Because single women come home at night, they look in the refrigerator, they see what's in there, they go to bed. Married women come home, they look in bed, they see what's in there, they go to the refrigerator. Not one, I like house lights, but not one man. Oh, yes, yes, thank you, sir. Thank you. You're probably henpecked, right? She said, don't laugh. Okay. There's a couple of things that have happened in our lives. One of the kids came up to me one day and he said, what's bigamy? What is a bigamist? And I said, honey, that's one wife too many. And I heard Marty going, same as monogamy. I have to be careful with him with the children. Oh, he going to the Social Security office. He doesn't like me to tell him anything. Don't remind him. I said to him, you have an appointment. I know you've got to apply for your Social Security. I know. Okay. He goes, comes home a couple of hours later. I said, well? He said, well, I got it. But I forgot my driver's license. I said, yeah, it's sitting right there. I said, but you got it? He said, yeah. He said, I told the woman I must have left it home, and she said, you know, just open a few buttons on the top of your shirt. And I did. And she saw all the gray hair. She says, okay, you're old enough.
Uh-oh.
And I couldn't help it. I said, honey, if you had dropped your pants, we could have gotten compensation. Right? I mean, you know, this is... You know, I once was cleaning, I once was cleaning and we were downsizing. I don't know any of you who haven't done that yet. When you see how many crossing over the equator and the international date line, and you look and you go, why? Why did I bring these home? Well, we were downsizing, and I forgot what I was going to say. I really did.
Okay.
Can't be that important. Okay, I want to thank everybody. I want to thank everyone, and you're the reason, not the first reason, but the second reason we all come back year after year. The first reason is the crew. Until you live for this length of time and longer on a cruise ship, you can't appreciate it. To be greeted with a smile every morning and a warmth, and 3 days later, they know you by name. 100 days later, you still can't remember who you've been talking to for 100 days. They are amazing, and I'm grateful to them and of course to Jean, and of course to Kevin. Thank you very much.